This is a weather alert. You are watching 13 on your side.
Well, it is quite hot once again, another day of this, Juliet.
So let's get right to Chief Meteorologist George Lessons with the latest on this heat wave.
Yeah, the heat is going to continue through Saturday before we finally get the biggest break. It may tone down just a little bit over the next couple of days, but it is hot out there, 90 plus in many locations. There's a bit of a breeze at the lake shore, so conditions there are a little bit better. Inland, we're anywhere between about 1 and 6 degrees warmer compared to yesterday at this time. I think some of the break is coming from just slightly lower dew points today. Yesterday they were close to 70. They've dropped into the mid 60s. So higher temperatures, a little lower dew points. So heat index values are just about the same as they were yesterday as those dew point values have dropped. We're still in the low and mid 90s inland with that heat index. Heat advisory in effect now only until 10 o'clock for the northern counties, and then that will expire and it will remain in effect for Ottawa counties southward all the way through Friday evening, so a little bit of relief. Current air quality, not great out there. We're in the USG category, but we're going to drop into the moderate category tomorrow, so maybe a breath of fresh air, a little relief there. But the heat index values today up near extreme. They'll drop to around 3 to 4 on the scale on Thursday. Friday, not terrible, but it will come back during the day on Saturday. That will be the last of the hot days, at least for a while. We'll take a look at our chances for rain, especially Saturday night. That's coming up a little bit later on.
For those of us who love the hot West Michigan summer days, today's the perfect day for me.
It's not too bad, and maybe George is right. Maybe we're just getting used to it by now.
Yep. I think that is the case. We can never get used to the heat. It's hot, but we're going to get a minor break from the heat next couple of days before it. One last hurrah coming up on Saturday. 13 weather ball is blue. Perhaps we'll take the heat wave down a notch or two.
The 13 on your side weather ball, sponsored by Countryside Greenhouse.
And around the region, we've got a lot more haze in the air today. Air quality wasn't as great as yesterday, but nonetheless, good beach conditions. The beach hazard alert was canceled earlier today. 85 at the beach with a light wind. It did gust a little higher. And from Lake Michigan there in Montague at Lake, 86 degrees and just a few rollers. 1 foot waves at the buoys, but look at all of that beautiful sunshine, and the beach hazard alert, as I mentioned, canceled. Waves will be pretty much calm by later on this evening, so very low beach hazard risk. And temperatures in the water starting to come up. I think that's our first 70 there along the lake shore, at least here in West Michigan. We're tracking some pop-up cumulus clouds here in the inland areas to the north and west. A couple of them coming offshore there in Wisconsin. That's closer to the cold front. That actually is going to take our temperatures down just a notch or two. There's a couple of pop-up showers. I noticed one here in northern Berrien County. So the chances of rain are not zero this evening, but they're pretty low. And this cold front is going to kind of wash out as it moves through later on tomorrow, so that's why we're going to take the heat wave down just a little bit. We're at 90 right now, but look at these 70s off to our west. We're not going to get into those quite yet, but heat index values at 91, and we'll still see heat index values up around 90 to 95 tomorrow. Heat risk remains in effect. Heat advisory all the way through tomorrow evening. As far as our weather, we're looking at the heat risk dropping down a category or two here on your Thursday and Friday, and then one last hurrah coming up on Saturday. Not quite as hot as it's been, however. High temperature forecast, you'll see this again in the 10-day forecast. A break for Sunday and Monday. A little hotter next Tuesday, but we'll be more seasonable 80s next week. Dew points are going to stay very high, so uncomfortable, and then one day next week at 68. Finally, we'll see more comfortable weather at the end of next week. High chances will stay warm all the way from June 25th through the 29th, and a little bit higher chance we could see more precipitation also during that 5-day period. Forecast for tonight, there could be an early evening storm up to the north of Hearts, and will stay dry down to the south for the most part. Mid and upper 60s. That's not as bad as it was the last couple of nights. Mid and upper 60s north, could be an evening pop-up storm before the sun goes down. And also to the south and east of Grand Rapids, a chance of an evening thunderstorm right around the upper 60s to near 70. 13 on your side forecast. So we get a minor break from the heat, but not the humidity here tomorrow and Friday. Hot again on Saturday, more comfortable on Sunday as the humidity leaves all the way through Tuesday morning. Next week, there is a small chance of a thunderstorm on Wednesday, but continued unseasonably warm. Another sizzling day here in West Michigan as we had another 90-degree day here in Grand Rapids. That makes 3 in a row. Well, the good news is we're going to turn down the heat just a notch. 13 weather ball is blue. Maybe not quite as hot weather in view.
The 13 on your side weather ball, sponsored by Countryside Greenhouse.
Still hot for the puppies and the dogs in our dog walking forecast. Protect their paws as it's going to be a hot one. 93 at 6 o'clock, only dropping into the 80s. A small chance of a shower around 10 o'clock, but for the most part, going to give a green paw to Ron or Lisa as you take Jax out for a walk. Low and mid 70s in the morning. Again, another very warm and humid morning. Lots of sunshine again tomorrow, almost as much as today, generating our green electricity. Winds a little bit lighter than today. They'll be picking up again on Saturday. Around the region, we've had mainly clear skies today. A lot of haze in the air. Air quality not the greatest. We're starting to see a few pop-up clouds right now. There's one shower that's moving up through the South Haven area right now. And across the lake, there are some pop-up storms may catch the northwest counties later on this evening. These are not severe. These are along a cold front that's just going to kind of fall apart as it moves through. Basically, it'll turn our winds around to the east and northeast and bring a little bit of a break to our temperature and a little bit better break into our air quality. Right now, we're in the low 90s, especially away from Lake Michigan. 70s back to the west. We are not going to see that kind of weather anytime soon. For the most part, we have heat index values in the upper 80s and low and mid 90s. They may go down into the upper 80s here tomorrow. We have that heat alert in effect here until 10 o'clock to the north and until 8 p.m. on Friday. Hour by hour, there are those showers coming out over the lake. They are expected to move to the north and west of us here in Grand Rapids. There might be a pop-up shower to the south and east as well. Now, as we go into Thursday, chances of rain are not zero, but we're waiting for a significant cold front to come through, and that will be coming through on Saturday night, so we'll see those showers and thunderstorms during that time period. Long range outlook, this takes us up through the end of June, first 3 days of July. Still high chances will be warmer than our average highs in the low 80s. Slightly higher chance we'll see more rain during that 1 week period. So for tonight, an early evening thunderstorm, not out of the question, north of Muskegon, mid and upper 60s. That's a little better than last night. A chance of a thunderstorm up around Baldwin, Fremont here this evening before the sun goes down. Here in the greater Grand Rapids area, dipping down to around 70 or just under 70. 13 on your side forecast. So a chance of a storm tomorrow and again Friday afternoon, but the best chance will come Saturday night. That's widespread showers and thunderstorms, dropping from 94 to 84 on Sunday as the humidity starts to depart, and a nice day on Monday into early Tuesday before we heat up again near 90. Next week, we have a chance of a thunderstorm, I think, next to Wednesday, but still unseasonably warm weather, even if we do lose some of the heat here, guys.
Steamy.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the lack of humidity, though.
Yeah,
Thanks,
that'll
George.
be nice. George, I just took a peek at our Grand Haven camera, and there are many people who are just now coming to the beach.
Well, I think that's a great idea.
Because it's hot.
It's not as hot, you know, you don't get that sunburn at the middle of the day.
Right.
And I think they're looking for a great sunset.
Oh, that'll be very nice.
There you go. And they've eaten dinner and now they're going to enjoy a great evening. Still going to be hot here for the next several days, but we're going to take it down just a notch. 13 weather ball tonight is blue because not quite as hot weather in view.
The 13 on your side weather ball, sponsored by Countryside Greenhouse.
It was hot enough today. Temperatures in the low 90s, including 91 here in Grand Rapids. Not as hot along the lakeshore where they had a breeze coming in. We did not set any records today, although overnight lows did set some records in the mid 70s for the warmest lows. We forecast 93 today, came once again within our target range. We've done that 23 days in a row. Hope to extend that here tomorrow. Tomorrow, not as hot as today, in the upper 80s to around 90, and the records are now starting to approach 100. So no records threatened here during the day tomorrow or the rest of this week. What is threatening us is a chance of a pop-up shower or a thunderstorm. There was a small shower down here near the South Haven area a little while ago, but all of these are just not getting enough energy, the right conditions to really pop on up. But there could be a pop-up shower or a thunderstorm here yet this evening. Models are indicating one maybe north of Kalamazoo right around 7, 8 o'clock, and then that races to the northeast. This is 2 o'clock in the morning. Pretty quiet, a lot of haze in the air, and starting our day will be quiet as well. During the afternoon, there could be a pop-up shower, thunderstorm, especially north and east of the Grand Rapids area. And then as the sun goes down, so do our chances of storms. Our best chance for showers and storms that mean anything are going to hold off until Saturday night. In the meantime, we'll take that temperature down just a notch or two here tomorrow. You can see that reflected in not only the temperatures but the hazy conditions to the north of Muskegon. Highs around 80 Ludington, 83 in a Hart. Notice the winds are off to the east. Further south, as warm as 89 with some haze in the air. A little bit cleaner air coming in from the north and east, but nonetheless, it will still be hot and humid. Northern zones, you'll have the best weather here tomorrow with that east wind bringing in some of that cooler and drier and cleaner air from the east. Highs between about 83 along US 10, upper 80s in Fremont and in Greenville. But here in the greater Grand Rapids area, heat advisory for the moment staying in effect. 89 Grand Rapids, 91 down along the I-94 corridor. And as I mentioned, there could be a pop-up thunderstorm in the afternoon. Still very humid and hazy. 13 on your side forecast. About 30% of the area would see that pop-up storm as summer officially arrives at 4:51 in the afternoon. It's already been summer. Another pop-up storm in the afternoon on Friday. Saturday night is when our best chance for widespread showers and storms. It also will be 94 and breezy on Saturday, dropping to 84 as the humidity leaves Sunday. Nice day on Monday, but hot and becoming humid in the afternoon Tuesday. That's out ahead of the next weather system that may bring us a chance of a storm next Wednesday, and then more seasonable weather leading up to the following weekend.